thank you for watching. Today we are talking about piercing and tattoo aftercare. So a quick little disclaimer, I am not a professional piercer, I am not a professional tattoo artist. However, I am married to a professional tattoo artist and he has also done a piercing apprenticeship. So I know a lot of information. Obviously I have a lot of tattoos, I've healed 1,000 tattoos, everything like that. So I'm just here to give you guys a little bit of aftercare information so that you can kind of make your own choices and hopefully have amazing healed tattoos that look awesome and healed piercings that also look awesome. Okay, so I'm going to start with piercings. I just got this piercing done on Tuesday, so like 4 days ago. So it's a very new piercing. It's called the Medusa. And I'm just going to give you kind of the rundown of how I've been doing my aftercare and how you should care for piercings and that sort of thing. Okay, so obviously I have stretched ears, I have my double nose piercing, and then I have my Medusa now pierced. So the mouth is a little bit different than how you would care for piercings other places, because obviously it's in your mouth, so it takes like a little bit of different care than like say my nose piercing did or whatever the case may be. So I am giving you guys the exact advice that my piercer gave me. I am not altering it at all. I don't have any like weird witchcraft or anything. It's just exactly what my piercer told me to do, and so far it's healing amazingly, so I'm just passing it on to you guys in case your piercer maybe didn't give you any information, or you know, you forgot, or whatever the case may be. So since the Medusa piercing is on your mouth, what you are kind of required to do, obviously, you eat food and drink stuff and everything throughout the day. So after every time you drink something other than water or eat something, then you go and you rinse your mouth out with water, you know, during like the first couple weeks when it's first healing, so that everything is like good and you don't have any crumbs all rubbing against your piercing or anything gross like that. Very important, every time you eat, drink anything that's not water, you want to wash your mouth out, rinse it around with water. And then 2 to 3 times a day you want to properly clean your piercing and, you know, do like a full cleaning of it. So I'm going to show you what I use to clean my piercing. Item number 1, this is NeilMed Wound Wash Sterile Saline Solution. So it comes in a little bottle like this. It has the cap on it, but I don't know where my cap is. And then the little spray nozzle, you just hold this down, and it kind of like, it doesn't like spray, it's more of like a stream of water that you put onto your piercing, and that kind of allows you to like clean it really well and everything like that. So yeah, this is pretty good stuff. My piercer told me to wash it with saline solution. The reason I personally use sterile saline solution as opposed to regular saline solution is when I got my double nose piercing, I had a different piercer back then, and she kind of was just like, wash it with water, and didn't really tell me anything specific, and I was kind of like, okay, sure. So I did that, but then I ended up getting a keloid. If you guys don't know what a keloid is, it's like those little red bumps. It's not like an infection or anything, it's just like little red like skin irritations, and so I had like little red bumps right on one of my piercings. I was like, I don't know what this is, I don't know how to get rid of it, but I really love my nose piercing and I didn't want to take them out, so I was kind of like, what am I gonna do? So my sister-in-law actually told me that because she also had a nose piercing, and she said that hers keloided and a friend of hers told her to use this sterile saline solution and it will get rid of keloids. So I used it for just like a couple weeks after after my nose had keloided, and the keloid went away, and I was like, that's amazing. So for the rest of the time that my piercing was healing, I used this stuff because it was great. So when I got this pierced, I was like, I'm going to use the sterile saline solution, the same thing that I used when I got my nose done, and it worked amazing, so I'm using the same stuff, and it's been working really good so far. So I highly recommend this. So what you do with this, again, you just kind of put it right up to your piercing, let a stream of it wash over it for maybe like 10-15 seconds. You rinse it away with regular water. You don't need to like get in there and like dig around and clean it or anything too crazy. You just let it be and it's totally fine. And then the next thing, mouthwash. So mouthwash and sterile saline solution 2 to 3 times a day. My piercer also said 0 alcohol mouthwash. Alcohol mouthwash will burn and hurt and can potentially damage your piercing. So again, this is only if you have piercings on the mouth. Don't go putting this stuff on like your nose piercing or ear piercing or whatever. That doesn't make any sense. This is just because it's inside your mouth, so it's a good way to clean the inside of your mouth, obviously. And the thing that I love about this is now that I've had this piercing, I've been doing this like 3 times a day, so my breath is like constantly fresh, which is awesome. So definitely 0 alcohol. That's very important. Don't get one with alcohol. You will just end up hurting yourself. So yeah, super awesome. So both of these 2 to 3 times a day. I've been pretty much doing it after every time I eat. Like I said, that's not like required. You're just required to like rinse your mouth out after you eat, but I just feel like after I eat, my mouth's like kind of dirty, so I feel like this is like, that's a good time to use these and make it all clean again. So yeah, I love my piercing. I am very excited about it. It's healing well, so I'm gonna keep up with this. And hi Cheerio, thanks for joining us. So yeah, that's how you clean your mouth piercing. Okay. Now we're moving on to tattoos. As I said, my husband is a professional, licensed, working tattoo artist who works in a shop, like, legit. Some people are like, I'm a tattoo artist. Where do you get tattoo out of? My garage. That's not legit. He is legit. So obviously he does all of my tattoos. Like I said, I have a million. This one here on my elbow is my newest piece. I did a like what do my tattoos mean video a while back, so I will link that in the description box if you'd like to go and check it out and watch about all my different tattoos. But I haven't updated it in a while, so I've gotten quite a few new ones since then. Although I don't have any tattoos that are healing right now. Like I said, this is my most recent one, but I got this about a month ago now, so it's already healed up completely. So yeah, all healed. But anyway, I'm still gonna go through the process. Like I said, I have a bunch of tattoos. I probably have like over 40 tattoos. My arms, my chest, my legs, everywhere. So I've gone through the tattoo healing process many times. So I'm just gonna bestow upon you some of my knowledge about how to heal tattoos properly. Okay, so when you go to a tattoo shop and you get tattooed, typically the tattoo artist, like a little while after you get finished, like maybe you sign paperwork and you pay and whatever, then they'll wrap you up with some like saran wrap. This is to help you because right after you get tattooed, there'll be like sort of like some clear like liquidy stuff coming out of your pores of your skin. It's totally normal, don't freak out about it. You know, and you could still be bleeding, stuff like that. It's an open wound, so it's gonna be a little messy. So usually they'll wrap you up, and this is just to kind of keep you safe, keep the wound safe while you travel home, that sort of thing. So then once you get home and you take off your saran wrap, the first thing that you have to do is clean your tattoo, because all of that like oily stuff, blood, and niceness will be on your skin. If you leave that on your skin, it will open your tattoos up to scabbing, which is not good for tattoos. So as soon as you take saran wrap off, clean your tattoo. And the way you clean your tattoo is use antibacterial soap. I don't have any antibacterial soap with me, so I can't show you, but it's pretty simple. Most like hand soaps, even some body soaps, are antibacterial. The best route is using unscented antibacterial soap and just rub it all over your tattoo. Usually I'll just like take a couple pumps in my hand, rub it all over my tattoo, and then rinse my tattoo with water, and then dab it dry with like a clean cloth or paper towel or whatever. So then after you clean it and wash it thoroughly, make sure it's nice and thorough, then you use Aquaphor. Now, a lot of other there's a lot of other aftercare ointments on the market for tattoos. There's A&D, there's tattoo goo, there's Aquaphor. Some people even use weird stuff like coconut oil. I do not recommend anything other than Aquaphor. The reason that I recommend Aquaphor, I've tried lots of other ones. I've never tried coconut oil. Please don't put coconut oil on your tattoo. It's not good for it. But I've tried A&D, I've tried tattoo goo, and Aquaphor is my favorite. The reason I like Aquaphor is this does not clog your pores. A&D has a tendency to clog your pores, which will do two things. One, it can, again, open you up for scabbing, and also it takes longer to heal because your pores are constantly clogged and can't get oxygen and can't do the healing process well. So I recommend Aquaphor because it does not clog your pores. It's really I can show you guys what Aquaphor looks like. Again, I don't have any healing tattoos at the moment, but it's very thin and easily spreadable, and it's moisturizing almost. It doesn't do anything bad to your skin at all. So yeah, Aquaphor. So again, once you clean your tattoo, then you want to put some Aquaphor on it. You want to put a very thin layer of Aquaphor. If you put too much Aquaphor, again, you can scab. So you want to do a really, really thin layer just where your tattoo is slightly covered, but you don't want it to be super glistening or anything crazy. That can really mess up your tattoos. If your tattoo heals improperly, then color can fall out, the line work can fall out, and then you'll be blaming your tattoo artist when really you just didn't take care of your tattoo properly. So people always comment on how my tattoos are super vibrant and colorful and all this stuff. It's because I know how to take care of my tattoos. So really, 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 aftercare for your tattoo is super, super important because not only can it affect the way that your tattoo looks after it's done healing, but it can also affect your health if you get it infected or anything gross like that. Okay, so a couple rules of thumb for tattoo aftercare. One, shower. I don't know where the misconception about showering after you get tattooed came from, but sis, you can shower after a tattoo and you will be just fine. Please shower after a tattoo. Now, I don't recommend going and showering, and let's say I just got my elbow tattooed and I'm just holding it right up to the water. Don't do anything crazy like that. But you can definitely let the water kind of stream over it a little bit and it'll be fine. Obviously, if you are in a scalding hot shower, it might burn a little bit because the water's hot. But you can definitely wash your tattoo a little bit when you're in the shower if you have antibacterial soap in the shower, and it'll be fine. It's fine. But you can shower, but do not take a bath. Do not soak your tattoo in any type of water. Don't go swimming. The chlorine will royally mess up your tattoo. Don't take a bath and soak it in the water. That can pull color out of it and do all kinds of weird stuff to it. So no soaking in tubs, hot tubs, swimming pools, anything like that. Oh, and then sunlight is another important thing to avoid. It's about to be summer pretty soon, and you want to get a nice, cool summer tattoo. That's awesome. But if you get a tattoo during the summer, you have to be very, 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 very careful about leaving your tattoo in the sunlight. Not only does sunlight burn a tattoo like a mother, trust me, I've gotten tattooed in the summer and made the mistake of walking out in shorts or short sleeves and having the sun beating down right on your tattoo. It hurts. Not only that, but it can also fade the color of your tattoo and just make it look 1,000 years old, even though it's only a few weeks old. So be careful to avoid sunlight on your new tattoo. Okay, and then as far as washing and applying Aquaphor, typically what you want to do is wash your tattoo 3 times a day and apply Aquaphor about twice a day. The ointment is really just to help you heal nicely and kind of smoothly, and it just helps the healing process, but you don't want to apply it too much or too often because, again, it can start to affect the look of your tattoo. So really you want to wash your tattoo 3 times a day, apply Aquaphor 2 times a day. So these are just, again, some sort of basics for tattoo aftercare, for tattoo healing. Now let's talk a little bit about the healing process of your tattoo. So when you first get your tattoo, like I said, it is an open wound. It can still like secrete a little bit, it can bleed a little bit, totally normal for like the first couple hours. Obviously, if it's like still happening like weeks after you've gotten your tattoo, something is probably wrong. See a doctor. But you know, totally normal for that to happen, you know, the first couple hours after your tattoo. Also, tattoos are a sort of very invasive process. It's needles literally stabbing into your skin multiple times to impress this ink into your skin. So it is totally normal for you to have redness around your tattoo. Obviously, if it starts to get really bad or if it's there for a long time, it could be an infection. But as long as you're cleaning it and you're keeping, you know, you're not like rubbing it around in dirt or anything, and you're keeping your environment clean and your tattoo clean and you're being hygienic, you should be fine. So a little bit of redness around your tattoo is perfectly normal. I know everyone has heard all the horror stories about tattoos and infections and all that kind of stuff, but trust me, you are fine. If it's a little bit red, no problem. So after you get your tattoo, obviously you're cleaning it, you're doing good, everything's awesome. After probably like the first week, usually everybody heals differently, of course, so the time frames are always different depending on you and your skin and everything like that. But for me, I usually start peeling. My tattoo starts peeling probably like a week and a half to 2 weeks after I get my tattoo. Your tattoo will start peeling just like as if you have a sunburn, you kind of lose like the first layer of your skin. That's kind of what happens to your tattoo. So it'll start peeling off a little bit if you've taken good care of your tattoo and you have a good tattoo artist. Not a whole lot of color will come out of it once it's done peeling and fully healed and everything. But sometimes that does happen. So in those cases, just let your tattoo artist know and hopefully they'll touch it up for you. So it'll start peeling, that sort of stuff. Never pick at your tattoo, never scratch at your tattoo. Once it starts peeling, it gets very, very, very itchy. Do not scratch it. If you scratch it, you can literally pull the color out of your tattoo. Don't scratch your tattoo. Don't pick at it. Don't touch it. Just leave it be. Let the healing process take its course. And once it starts peeling, you want to start applying lotion instead of Aquaphor. You still want to be washing it. No longer like a real open wound, so you don't need ointment, you just need lotion. Now, listen up, kids. My holy grail piece of advice: no scented lotion of any kind. Because I've heard, you know, I've been around tattoos for a long time, I know you're not supposed to use scented lotion, but one time I didn't have any unscented lotion, and I was kind of just like, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? So I put scented lotion on a tattoo of mine, and the regret was so intense and so immediate. I was actually in tears. Now, you can see I have a lot of tattoos. I have my elbow tattooed, I have my rib tattooed. I can handle pain. But when I tell you that pain was like unlike a pain I have ever felt before, I am serious. Do not use scented lotion on your tattoo. Not only, again, can it mess with like the overall quality and look of your tattoo, it is very painful. So, zero alcohol mouthwash, sterile saline solution 3 times a day, and rinse with water after every time you eat or drink anything that is not water. And for your tattoos, wash 3 times a day, use Aquaphor twice a day, and let the healing process take its course. Don't pick at it, don't touch it, leave it alone. Same thing with your piercings. You don't want to be picking at it, you don't want to be touching it. Your hands are dirty. Even if you wash them 100 times a day, they're dirty. Germs are everywhere. You're touching everything. Don't touch a fresh piercing. Don't touch a fresh tattoo. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about like a healing tattoo or a healing piercing that you have, leave a comment down below and I can try to give you some advice on it. And if you want more videos about tattoos and piercings, let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.